for those Cactrots, they might cast Blowfish. I'm looking up how some of the randomization for weapons works in Career Day. It's kind of wild. Apparently the weapon type determines how the modifier works. So for example, if you have like a harp, apparently they always cast a spell instead of attacking, whereas most melee weapons are a chance to do a spell instead of attacking. Spears, whips, and bows are apparently always specific, like, anti-enemy type killers, if that makes sense. Like you have the Aegis killer, the man killer, that kind of stuff. Apparently staves are infinite use, white magic only, and rods are black magic only spells, and they can be broken. Probably won't mess with it too much, but I am kind of curious. I'm just talking about the randomization stuff in Career Day. Also, I just realized that I might be a little drowned out by the music. It should be a little better. As long as I'm not crusty. If my voice turns crusty, that means I think my cable came a little loose. And you have to tell me immediately if I sound crusty. That's the law. Balancing audio is the eternal struggle of being a streamer. I was debating today whether I want to do another Career Day seed or if I want to do some Warframe, and I figure I'll do Career Day today. Because Warframe is a little more loosey-goosey, it's not quite as much of a, you know, maybe you'll get a busted party and finish in one session, maybe you'll get, like, I don't know, nothing but Berserkers for the entire game and you hate yourself. Maybe I'll play some Warframe tomorrow, we'll see. So I got a couple new Warframes in the oven. I finally got Ureli Prime and Caliban Prime. I finally gave up on trying to farm them. And I just spent some plat trading with other people because I just needed a few more parts. And I have enough extra Prime parts in storage now that I can just trade those off instead for some extra plat. Big Berserkers and their Bard Manager. The problem with that is that like, you really want the hero song. Like, I tried the strength song last time with my monk squad. And it just takes too long to ramp up. Also, with Berserkers, especially if you're fighting X-Death, you can't tell them to stop unless you kill them. And I'm pretty sure if you kill them, they can't listen to music to make them stronger. So you're effectively on a timer when you're fighting Tree Death. Yeah, I figured I want to do a little bit more Career Day today. I like randos. So we'll play some Career Day today. How about that? I'm going to have my wiki handy this time so that way I can quickly look up what key items are for. Because so many times last run I was like, oh, why can't I get in here? And the answer is because you need a key item for it, ding dong. Also, I think the randomizer gives you a different colored dragon on the title screen. I think it's based on the palettes if you mess with those, so... But now we're gonna do the true official localization. Because we got Bats and Reina and Garafu and Salsa. So we got Chemist to start. So we're gonna be allowed to do some mixing crime. Oh god, I gotta get the chart though. I gotta get the chart and also I gotta get some resources for it. Thankfully there shouldn't be too bad to farm up. A whammer. A corn. I also need to get my routing better on, like, finding items in towns and castles and stuff. Because I left a lot of stuff in Tycoon Castle last time. The Guilliman's Bell. That belongs to Guilliman himself. Elven Bow. Ooh. Maybe we can use green berets. You know what? Can I change formation here? How do you... Alright, you just do it from this menu. Well, let's let Salsa run in the front. I always run the default squad setup. Chemists, I think, are daggers and staves? Yeah, so I think we can use the healing rod if we find it, or the healing staff. Problem is, chemists kind of stink stat-wise. Earth Bell. Any potions we find will be pretty potent, but that's kind of it until we get mix. The other problem with the chemists as well is that their default command is not mix, but drink. So you're basically bringing chemists, like if you have chemists as your starting job, you're kind of giving up your ability slot for mix. Drinking beverages is a little more niche, because it's not guaranteed they'll show up, and also mixing is generally better. You know, like there we get a single cast protect on whoever drinks beverage, but that's it. I don't think there's... Are there items here? No. I'm thinking of a different castle. I'm thinking of the one with the book, but it's not this one. Probably run down to Tool, grab some goodies there real quick too. You can also scope out the shops and see if there's anything important I need to note for later. Level 1 white. I also turned on progressive abilities, so there's not going to be any issues where it's like, okay, cool, we found Fire 3, so Fire 1 and 2 are just going to be duds. Farm Song... That's really all you have for sale? Really? No, Pub doesn't have anything. I'm not going to do piano checks unless I am, like, absolutely desperate. Gabloon Punch. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go save just in case. Is the chat window supposed to cover the game? No, it is not. Thank you for pointing that out. Why is that? Oh, you know what? I know why. Because I forgot I used a different game that was playing Me to the Hollower. And that's a full screen game, so you just press Control F and it fits it. There we go. Thank you. Always tell the streamer if something's weird. Nope. I want to say they updated the Monster in a Box stuff. I want to say this, like, the first one you encounter here, it's always a goblin. Ooh, Enhancer. It'd be great if we get a Night Sword user. Maiden's Kiss. Not really a lot of stuff I can use. Like, we got a Flail, I guess. It's slightly better than... It's the White Mage special. I think it's full power from back row, so I might as well slap you down there. Rando boy, Rando boy. That's me. Let's see, equip shields. Time magic. I'm kind of tempted to get equip shield so I can use the Aegis shield I found. Also, the progressive abilities doesn't apply to shops, because I don't think they can populate shops based on the abilities you have already, so... with money, you can solve any problem. What have you got? Grab a few soft. Handful of those. You have options. You can just do fully open, all 3 worlds open from the beginning if you want to. I'm doing kind of like a pseudo-open world where, like, I'm currently locked to World 1, but I start with the airship and I can go almost anywhere. But there are certain things, like, for example, I can't get into Waltz Tower until I have the Waltz Tower key. I'm just gonna buy equip shields. Actually, we have some white magic as well. It's level 2 at the very least. I don't think we have any proper, like, white magic, but might as well. White! It actually gives me 1 point of magic power. Incredible. Slap optimize a bunch and see what happens. There we go. Aegis Shield is a great get. Right now, a little limited by the fact that we have to use an ability for it, but hopefully get some shield users. Yeah, you have the option to name characters if you want. I think I might get a few safety levels. Because the encounters, I generally don't touch those. Alright, I don't think there's encounters on first floor. Because getting a few levels can be a nice little bit of insurance for the first boss, depending on who you get. Wait, did Salsa get the flail? Why is she in the front row? Oh, I think because I'm normally used to having her in the last slot. Generally, you don't have to worry too much about grinding. Regal Cutlass. We can't use... That's not a... There's no way we can use that now. Because bosses are shuffled around too, so you might get, you know, really unlucky and get something like Liquid Flame. Even scaled down, it's still a pain in the ass, because you still get the gimmicks of the elemental stuff, so... The elemental and also, like, hand mode versus tornado mode. The flail is no joke, like the strongest thing you get if you get a 4 white mage start. If you're doing like Fiesta mode. I don't have any white magic, right? Yeah, no. Let's run back and save real quick and then we'll go peep at the boss and see who we get. A whopping 20 damage. Even just, maybe I should buy some, like, daggers. Because I believe we can use daggers as chemists. Medicine is just the built-in skill that boosts consumable effectiveness. Problem is I can use daggers as chemist, I just don't have a guaranteed place to get them yet. Alright, drop encounters, we'll see what the first boss is. Determine whether or not I want to deal with that mess. Antline, huh? I don't remember if he does the quicksand thing. That might actually be bad news. That might just be game. Because, like, getting sapped, even if the power is scaled down this early on, it's still a lot. Nice Sonic Wave. Does he have quicksand? I thought he had quicksand. Oh, I'm struggling. Oh, you can't be missing salsa. I think you do start with a stock of potions. Please hit salsa. Yeah, I start with like 3... Actually, I might have even gotten these from fights. I don't know. Wow, 100 healing from a potion. Maybe I should have gone down to the first floor to heal. Okay, no, we're fine. For some reason I thought he had the quicksand. I'm thinking of Sandworm. Hypno Crown. Can we use that? That is chemist friendly. Garafu can have that. Finally, some white magic. Alright, what do you got for me, Wind Crystal? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna mark off the boss locations that we get. Conjure, Magus Hat, Comet, Killer Bow, Equip Katana. Can we use that? Do we have any katanas? One black. I don't think... No, Regal Cutlass isn't a katana. Yeah, we don't have any way to use katanas just yet. Okay, so we don't actually have any key items yet. But currently I think we just still kind of follow the basic progression of game. Are there any other places that have a lot of free checks? Karnak is mostly nothing until you do the Karnak 500. I know Waltz has a few. Waltz in the castle. There's also a few goodies in Carwin. Maybe I'll go check Carwin real quick. Plus it's worth checking to see the shops as well. We can buy jobs if we get lucky. Do you have... No, I think the item shop is separate from the inn in Carwin. It's over here. I can buy Thief. Well, I could buy Thief if I had the money for it. Agility. Equip rods. Brawl is kind of looking nice. Aim would also be kind of nice. What do we go with here? Do I even want to buy anything yet? A lot of times, it can be better, I think, to just scope out what's in a shop. Ooh, a samurai. Samurai is very expensive, not only because it's a 20k job, but also because Guild Toss costs lots of money. Anything in this one? No. Fusion. I could try and sell some stuff, but I think I'm just gonna hold... Oh, God, do I buy Brawl? Gamers in 2007 be like, do I buy Brawl? hear this random tripping now? I might just buy Brawl. We don't really have any good white magic yet. It's like mute. I gotta remember to unequip these, otherwise I will not be brawling. Yeah, you know what, I'll just give you Brawl too. Bats can be in the back row. Give him the shield. And the flail. Okay. Let's hold off on buying for now. Oh, that's right, there's some goodies in here. Because there's still some more checks I can do for free, so... Because I think Waltz mostly has the same stuff in terms of items. I think the magic shop might be different. Broadsword, Gale Bow... Can't use anything. Although there are some regular potions here, which could actually be kind of nice with chemists. Might be my best way of healing at the moment. Are these the same? Oh no, these are different. Requiem... I might actually just buy Scan, because it could be nice for bosses where I don't recall the weakness, so we have to hit a weakness. Battle Axe... Regular Ass Rod, Thief Gloves, Silver Ring... I could grab Steel, and the Thief Glove... Actually no, I think you need to be a thief to use the glove, so I might just end up buying the Thief instead. Because that would get me access to some high potions if I really need to heal. Let's save first, because I think there's a lot of chests here, and I think chests can potentially be monsters in boxes. I was just going, just started 15 minutes ago, we got, start with Chemist, which is a very strong eventual finish, but starting off it's a little on the slow side. We know Thief and Samurai are also on the table, but I'm gonna have to buy those. Right now I've just bought Brawl so that way I can deal a little bit of damage, because I don't really have any weapons that my chemists can use at this point in time. Is it the world? I think it's one of the World 2 castles that has the treat on the desk. Thankfully, basement is free. Tent. Money's always welcome. Umed hat. Probably don't want to challenge the Shiva replacement. I might just end up selling stuff to buy Samurai, although we don't have any... What can Samurais use? Can they use, like, knight swords, or is it just regular style swords? Because I think they can use regular swords, just not like the knight swords like Ragnarok or whatever. Or Excalibur. A lot of bows. Let's try fighting Carl. Actually, let's save and then we'll try fighting Carl. I gotta see who it actually is first. Daggers, katanas, not knight swords. I don't really have a lot of daggers. Ooh, Titan might be a little rough. Because I'm pretty sure Earthshaker is going to be lethal regardless of how scaled down he is. And we don't have any way to float right now. Oh, and he does quicksand? Yeah, this is not happening. Not gonna pull any wall ring bullshit out of my ass. If we even get to Earthshaker, honestly, we'll see. Yeah, no. Sap is absolutely a death sentence this early on. I don't think you really start running into Sap until the Garula fight. Are you allowed to go back way into the ship graveyard, or no? I think you have to go from Carl. Yeah. Might just tool around North Mountain a little bit, get some levels. If I can find the healing rod, that would also be good. Because I believe chemists can use that. North Mountain also has a couple of checks I can do. Dungeons are a lot friendlier because you can just turn off encounters. There's Mix. I don't remember if Brawl also factors in the damage calculation of level like monks do, if that's just for monk. Nice job. Problem is I can't use Brawl and aim at the same time. Because my chemists are, how you say, bad at punch. But it's the only way I'm doing reasonable damage at this point. Because I have equipped katanas, except we don't have any katanas. There's also an option in the randomizer settings, if you turn on encounters, you can make it so every step is an encounter. Yes, attack the guy in the back row with the Aegis shield, very smart. Great job, Tattoo. Get one more set of levels and then I'll turn off encounters again. There you go, you just gotta hit them, that's all. A lot faster when you don't miss every attack. 1 out of 2 works. Okay, level 8 I think should be good for a bit, unless we get tremendously unlucky with our boss rolls. They should save too. I'm gonna change the window color as well. You can set this before when you generate the seed, I just generally don't. Bolt Sword. We don't have Mystic Knight, so... Tiger Mask, can we use that? Yeah, we can use Tiger Mask. A lot more good defensively. Hypno Crown is really heavy. Look the equipment weight, that's really high. I'm gonna trade that out for the Tiger Mask, actually. Oh, I should have healed too. I keep forgetting when you level up in this game, it doesn't recover your HP. And this can be a problem when you're going through and like you're steamrolling the first easy bosses and then, haha, I'm I've been randomized speed liquid flame now, and you hate this. Let's at least see who the Magissa replacement is gonna be. Better bring it. This might be doable. Punch some dogs. Iron Claw might be a problem, though. Depending on who he decides to paralyze. We don't have a great way of curing that yet. I wonder if I might actually just punch the Sergeant directly, because as long as the dog is alive, he won't transform, I'm pretty sure. The only problem is he's back row, so it's not going to do as much damage. Yeah, I think I might just kill Sergeant. I want to say he's also weak to lightning, so you can snap a Thunder Rod or just do lightning if you have a way of doing that. Because the dogs are doing nothing, and I'd rather just simply punch Sergeant. Poison is not really a massive concern. Not compared to sap, at least. Attack them! Attack them! Yeah, 10 damage. 10 damage on the critical. Might be a little slow, but... Wish my cursor position was memorized to have to tab over every single time. Nice. Well, let's get some crits. That's the opposite of crits. There you go. Yeah, no, Sergeant does not get a boss theme. I believe it's because this boss fight specifically is coded to happen during the Karnak 500, so it doesn't interrupt the panic theme. Okay, right? You don't get a boss theme for Sergeant and Iron Claw. I was gonna say, it's kind of stinky that we can't do the counterattacks, but thinking about it, it's actually better for this fight, because then it's not going to preemptively trigger mode change. There we go. Bye! Many levels. Anti-magic bow. A lot of bows! Sure would be great if I could get a class that used them. I'm gonna dip by the Wind Shrine just to get a quick heal. How much HP have we got now? 200. I wonder if Titan could be survivable now. I don't know how dangerous Earthshaker is the problem. Like, scaled down to this level, it might still just be a kill. I'll give it another shot. Let's mark off Magissa here, before I forget about that. I don't know if this game has, like, an auto-tracker. Got more damage output. A little better defensively, we might be able to push through. Because bosses are how you get key items to progress, so you kind of need to be fighting them. Oh yeah, 76 damage now on a punch. Much better. Still gonna be just kind of a slugfest. Big problem is Quicksand is the danger attack. Quicksand and Earthshaker. I don't know if he does it in Rando. I think he might. Depending on how bosses shuffle around. Let's see. Nope. Definitely not surviving that. We don't have float, I'm pretty sure, either. This is just a hard no until we either get enough health or until we get a source of float. Because we do not have float, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think I saw it anywhere in shops. Okay, we can't do Walt's Tower because that is going to be blocked. We could do the Meteor bosses, though that might be... float is time magic, I believe. Actually, do we even have time? No, we have time magic, like we found some, but we haven't actually gotten the command yet, or time mage. What does Crescent Island have? I could go check the Chocobo Forest. A few free job fragments. Chocob. Really weird shops on this seed. Okay, well there's some time. I don't know if float is time too, though. Kinda tempted to get animals. Animals is kind of a nice source of healing once you get to Nightingale level. Okay, there's float. Hold on, hold on. We might be able to do this, actually. We may have just been handed the solution to the problem. Oh, please let float be time, too. I might just deal with the loss of having that and just see what we can do. Yeah, anytime you get, like, a higher level, that includes all the previous spells as well. It's just shops that don't... they don't follow the rules of randomization, because they cannot populate shop data based on the abilities you have. So those just kind of simply get ignored. Can we cast float outside? Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool. Alright, that should be... Actually, I could even switch back out. Because I literally just needed it for float. Although I believe this version of the game has patches that are optionally enabled by default. So one of the patches is it doesn't auto-optimize every time you change your stuff around. Which is really nice for veteran players of the game, but when you're just kind of starting out, it can be nice to just have the auto-optimize. Alright. Should be able to do this now. I really don't want to have to grind out until I just have enough HP. My other option would be get Samurai, which has more HP, I'm pretty sure, but also, you know, again, that's a lot of money to spend. We don't have any weapons for Samurai either. Be better as a brawler, at least. Honestly, like, we kind of have everything we need from Chemist. Like, Mix is kind of the big thing. Teehee. Like, you get drink after Mix, which is extremely hilarious to me. Oh hey, 4th tablet. Mark off Carl. Yeah, we have plenty of bows. If I find equipped bows, I'm gonna be in hog heaven. How much money have we got? 5,000. If I sold all my bows, I could buy Samurai. And then spend even more of my money throwing Gil. What do you got? Yeah, of course. The instant I do that, that's when Ranger shows up. I also looked at the default settings. So, with the default setup, it doesn't actually distribute every job. Sure, there should be a check over here. So it turns out that by missing out on the Freelancer, the last seed, that was actually a lot rougher than I thought it would have been. rod. I guess can't use rods, right? Yeah, no. We have a mithril staff. So I think we have some decent bows too. Like we have the anti-magic bow, we have the Gale bow. Like Regal Cutlass Enhancer is also really nice for knight swords. The problem is that I don't believe Samurai gets to use it. Keep an eye out. I know the world map isn't randomized, I have no why I pick it up. Alright, what do we got? Oh, cure. Hey look, another bow, great. This is the seed of bows. I probably should slap on white magic on someone. Like, it's gonna suck to lose another brawler, but... we're now kind of getting to the point where, based on the boss you get shuffled into, it may be kind of rough to just have to punch. The Abductor... I think his scariest thing is that he'll do, I think he does Maelstrom. Does he have Wind Slash? Oh, I don't know if he's one of those Wind Slash bosses. A lot of regular style punches. I need to give you an actual weapon. You can have the Mithril Staff. Bats is still doing more damage because Flail does full damage from back row. Oh, yeah, that was free. Dancing. Probably not my best use of an ability slot. Okay, so we can't actually fight Gorilla because we don't have the Walls Tower key. Liquid Flame, we don't have the Steamship key. And by extension, we can't do the Karnak 500 because we can't blow up the steamship. Sandworm is not applicable right now. We could try and fight the alternate Shiva or start doing meteors. I want to actually see what's in Jackal. Could also check my nerds in the library. Go stop by Jackal real quick. Nothing. I do kind of wish there was a mode that like made little glints on things you can actually loot for newer players. That's a Lancet, white 2, black 2. Cure is kind of the big appeal to the white command right now. Actually, I might buy a few antidotes. Geomancer. Actually might be kind of nice. Let's see, what have I got to sell? How many Gale bows do I have at this point? I feel like I have 20. No, only the one? Really? I swear I've gotten duplicate bows. I'll sell an Earth Bell. We can also use the bells now that we have Geomancer. The Geoman Bell. sell the Warhammer. But I legitimately think it's going to be better damage than Brawling Chemist at this point, and just having Terrain as an option is kind of nice. Plus we can back row and start just spamming Terrain. Dance Mysterious Dances. I don't remember if the Earth Bell also casts magic. Alright, you're not Geomancers yet. Give you Mix. I don't think we're gonna use a ton of Mix this early on, but like we have Mix on everybody now, so there's no real reason to keep Chemist around. But unless you really want to drink and not cost a thing for it. Conjure would be funny, but probably not great. We can also just slap a couple shields on, although we don't have any shields outside the Aegis right now. Oh, you don't actually have... Oh, I guess you can just spam... Terrain. Now watch, I'm gonna go to the magic shop and like, oh, Ranger's here! Well, they do have the basic katana, which is decently strong, but I think I'm gonna stick with Geos for now. Buy a few leather shields. Yeah, because I gave you... It's not like a ton, but it is a 10% chance to dodge physicals, so I might as well. More mitigation is nice. Alright. That's all for Jackal. Jackal did not have Jackal. We got some clowns. Can't believe I'm happy to see Geo. What else do I want to do here? Do I want to fight Cray? I don't think I want to fight Crayclaw just yet. I did forget to go back here because I want to check the job fragments in Chocobo Forest. I don't know if these are like higher tier checks normally or if it's just random stuff, but... Ancient Sword. Could Samurai use the Ancient Sword? Oh! Let's go see what the meteor bosses are. Whether or not I can struggle through them, because the problem is the library is not fully accessible without Ifrit's Fire. Waltz Tower needs a key. Like, you can go in the front of the lobby, but it doesn't let you any further. This randomizer has certain locks to stuff. But for example, you can't go to World 2 until you get the Adamantite. Roof. We cave in? Actually, is cave in single target or multi? Are we actually gonna get... Problem is, we need multi-hits for this to really be great. Because they're just gonna, you know, flip around with Life 2, and I can't really control where terrain hits. I could also just, you know, put them in the endless Samsara hell of dying and coming back, and they eventually run out of MP to cast Life 2. The only problem is they will use Exploder, which is based on their current HP, I believe, so if they're fully, freshly revived or whatever, it's gonna be rough. Let's see how we do. Give it a shot. Thankfully, Life 2 does not bring them back with full MP, it's just a revive. Actually, I don't think we're high enough level to get Cave-In yet. Yeah, that's not too bad. Damage getting spread out pretty alright, actually. Because if you get them all to low HP, you have the alternative of just waiting for them to cast Exploder. And as long as you've drained enough of their HP, they're not going to do that much damage. And maybe I just try and wait it out. Because them dying via Exploder does not trigger the revive. HP. Alright, you don't have, we don't have medicine anymore.
Can you fart so hard your
my balls!
explode?
Can you explode so hard your balls fart? Should have spread out white magic more. Plus side, we survive if they both use Exploder. If they both use Exploder. If they both use Exploder. I don't think it's random chance, I think it's just time. Although I could be mistaken. There's one. 29. The regular attacks are more dangerous than the explosion. The explosion means the battle's over. Alright, come on, man. That's not Exploder. All our food keeps blowing up. Chicken. I don't even know why that video has 1 second of the scout saying chicken. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, I don't think we got the top right one, so... just wait it out. There we go. Was that Xaxes? Jeez. Rude. Now I've got your power. All that for a circlet, great. Let's run back to Wind Shrine, get a free heal. Could also go to an inn, but Wind Shrine, I think it's a little faster because you don't have to deal with the little cutscene. Or the fade out. I think Career Day does speed up the inn cutscene, but it's still, I think, slower than just popping the pot here. And I don't have a great way to heal. I actually don't have any source of tents, I think. Oh yeah, it's Markov. Problos. Wait, no, the first... shit, what is the first one? Is that Adamantoise? What's the order? I think it's Adamantoise, Problos, Titan... What's the last one? Where's the last one, Titan? No, I think the third one is Chimera Brain, so I think we got the right order. Okay, let's go see what's in Waltz Castle. Might actually be justified to grind a little bit for Geomancer too, because their spell pool is determined by their level. I know later versions of the game changed it a bit. I think the mobile version lets you just use any spell pretty much from the beginning, whereas most of them are like you can activate the higher tier spells once you get to a higher level. Trying to do this fight at the get-go is a little risky unless you have like a really powerful starting class or really good gear. If I can have a Night Sword using class, that'd be fantastic, because I already have an Enhancer. Minotaurus. Are we in the front row? No, we're back row, right? Gust, 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 gust. Bye. Submarine Key. This is useful for World 2. I'm kind of tempted to go just buy Samurai, but again, I need a little bit of cash. Yeah, I think normally Minotaur tries to cast Holy in his Fork Tower appearance, and then the gimmick is that, oh, he doesn't actually get to cast it because he's a power boy, and you don't get to cast magic in the physical tower. Here we get to see a funny little goof. He deserves to get to cast Holy, I think. Mythos Spear, Ancient Sword, Gale Bow, Mithril Armor. Definitely don't want to sell the Enhancer. Like, the problem is, I could buy Samurai, but I'd be selling most of my gear for it, and the last thing I want to do is start selling bows, and then, of course, that's when Ranger's gonna show up, you know? Or, like, equip bows as an ability could also be nice. Alright, so... Shiva... Can't do Sandworm, can't do Garula... Can't do Byblos... I can do the Ifrit fight in the library. But I can't go any further than that unless I get lucky and get Ifrit's Fire. Can we check the Karnak shops, actually? I don't think we've been to Karnak yet. Let's see what they got. Nothing great in the armor shop or weapon shop. These should be new inventories, because this is the next tier of spells. I believe the Aura spells. Steel, Summon, Berserk. Berserk Chemist. Nice armor, Bolt, Float, Arrow. I think we've seen this shop loadout before. Because, like, we have the basic katana, so I could start using some samurai stuff. Like, buy Protect. Does the inn have an item shop in here? I think it does, yeah. I saw those before. Checking. Oh no, this is a hint. Bracelet is a present in World 2. I'm kind of tempted to just fight some Nax. get a little bit of cash. I don't think it multiplies money, though. I think it's just experience gain. See if Dan has some kill at this point, at least. No, not all of them. Branch Arrow. Yeah, only 600 gil. That does not get multiplied. Like, it's still useful because I do get some experience, but we are very slowly expanding our spell pool. Okay, what do I want to go for next? Do I just keep trying to do more meteor bosses? Could dip in the library real quick. Could try and fight Crayclaw. Can I leaf dance, please? Nope. Branch arrows. Five rolls, five... I wonder what the distribution is for Geomancer spells at this level in this piece of terrain. Let's do one more. We were casting Leaf Storm. But the Leaf Storm store called and they're all out of them. Sorry if I got Leaf Storm in the last one. Yup. Man. Man. Alright, let's turn off encounters. We'll peep the library real quick. Go see who Ifrit is gonna be. There's also a free heal in here, which is nice. Kinda wish there was a healing pot in the Warp Shard area, like when you use the Warp Shard. Because you can go into the library up until the part where you fight Ifrit, and after that, if you don't have Ifrit's fire, then the bookshelf is just like, Ifrit doesn't respect you. Greg. Greg level 4. You fool, you made him tiny, but he's still incredible at casting magic. He's small for an amazing reason. I love how much farther mini characters have to walk up to do their attack. Where's that jolly old man? You shrunk him! Who's Exdeath? Who's this Exdeath guy? It's morphin' time. I guess if I really wanted to, I could steal the Genji shield if I go back and buy steel. The strongest of swords. Even on the mini character. It's only gonna be a problem when we hit bats, because he's down to critical. Isn't it the strongest sword? My man bought Teemo Excalibur. Out of context, this must be very confusing to the party here. Like, Galifas is still fully amnesia mode, so he doesn't remember Kryl. So we just hear some random child say, oh, my grandfather was killed by Exdeath. And like, who the fuck is Exdeath? Who is this guy who pretends he knows us? Why is he getting sent to the void by this Exdeath? We're in a library, for God's sakes. Tiny song. Scale pour. Equip swords. Ooh, adamantite. We could go to World 2 now. Oh, which one of these? There we go. It's a little hard to tell which one Ifrit is in black and white. Because we do have the 4th tablet, which means we do get a free pick of 3 legendary pulls. So I think I might dip to Shield Castle, or Sealed Castle. I always mix up Shield Castle and Sealed Dragon. There's also a lot of new checks I can do, but World 2 might be a little out of scope at the moment. Can we find the castle? There we are. Let me just make sure encounters are off, though. Okay. You really don't... Either the encounters in this area are really bad. Like, all the encounters in World 2 in general are probably gonna be a little rough for us, but especially the castle here. Alright, what do we got? Sage's Staff. Crystal Shield. Rune Axe. A pack of summons. Bakhmut. Dark Matter. Lair. Man-Eater Dagger. Dragon Whisker. That's a whip. Staff of Judgment. Turtle Shell. Wow, really? White Robe. Elf Cape. Not really a ton of great stuff here. Like, the Dragon Whisker is good if we can get a whip user. A single Dark Matter is not worth getting a tablet for, I think. The Summons pack is fine. Yeah, most of these are kind of blando lakes. Like, White Robe and Elf Cape would probably be my picks, and then I might go for Dragon Whisker. Just because every other option is kind of... I think Man-Eater... Only dancers can use Man-Eater, right? Yeah, everything else is kind of stinky. Because White Robe is really nice for casters. Elf Cape is just nice for anyone in general. We don't have the luck to get a Hermes Sandals this time around. in the first town. Not the best pulls. She can Geomancers even use... Okay, Geomancers at least get to use the white robe. Give it to Goleth because he's still using leather gear. I'll give it to Bats because he already has the... Between the Aegis Shield and the Cape, any attacks that go to him have a pretty good chance to just not work. We can also peep some towns and such real quick, go to castles. Grab some treats in there. Is it Sergei that has the book? Yeah, this is the one. Sleep Sword. Made a little hidey hole for a pot that can't be used. I always forget if there is a check in this room or not. Paul's page in World 3. Oh no, it's beyond the room, that's where the stuff here is. Is it really just the one check, though? Pinwheel. Oh no, that's right, I can still go back here. I think there's a few more things. Okay, here we go. Level 4 quarter. I think there's like a couple of bosses that does work on without having to use chemist shenanigans. Could do the funny math move of buffing up a boss to a multiple of 5 and just deathing them. I don't know if it's fixing this randomizer, but there's also the trick on the Super Nintendo version where you can just completely skip Phase 2 of Exdeath with Kiss of Blessing. What do we got here? Mithril Shields. Ramu. Oh, Equip Bows is here. That is an option. Magic Song. Ooh, Mug is also kind of nice. We don't need Damage Floor because we have Geo. Equip Armor is a little niche, I think. Build up. Another Regal Cutlass. So far it's looking like Samurai is probably gonna have to be my, like, physical damage class. I'm gonna buy Mug. A Mug moment. I'm gonna give you Equip... Oh no, we haven't actually bought Equip Bows. Actually, does Equip Sword? Hang on. We could start using the Enhancer on a Geomancer. So I'm trying to think, like, it's basically Samurai and maybe Thief. I don't think I really want a Geomancer in the front row. Yeah, I'll just buy equip bows. We have no shortage of bows. Shields. I'll trade this out, actually. I might give that. Maybe I'll give you swords. I'll try Golif with sword. Give me a physical Geomancer for a bit. Technically, he's got the highest defense out of anybody, so he can be a physical attacker temporarily. Yeah, he gave us equipped swords for the Excalibur. Can't do Forest of Moor. We also check Bal Castle, check the moat and all that stuff. I think the item checks are generally tiered by the world you're in, so World 2 stuff is generally going to be better. Is Eva's Killer a bow or a dagger? I think it's a bow. Settle down, Evis. Yeah, that is a bow. I think the Gale Bow... Is that the one that casts Air Slash sometimes? Or is that the one that hits multiple times? I think I'm thinking of the Hayate bow. Or the Yoichi bow, one of the two. Use the Evis Killer. Regen, Ice 2, Bolt 2. Healing Staff is an option. I'll pick up a Healing Staff, because those are... It is currently my best way to heal, I think. I saw the Thunderbow, I'm never really attacking with that. Mithril Staff can go. Strongest of Swords are worth $5, really? Fallen Earth Bell. These are all the same ones we saw in the other castle, I'm pretty sure, yeah. At least go and get our freebie for pretending to be a shopkeeper. Image. Beast Killer. Is that also a bow? Yeah, that is also a bow. Or it's a whip, sorry, not a bow. What other freebies are there? There's like a couple of free goodies in Drakenvale. Most of the other two world stuff is locked though, because you need the big bridge key to do the big bridge fight. You need the barrier, the anti-barrier to even get into Exeth Castle, and then the bracelet to get into full meat fort, otherwise it just does that at you. And then you need... the submarine key does not get you to the fleet, that is the Hiryu call, I believe. That's a different check. Then branch gets you into Forest of Moor, so... Well, we could peep Drakenvale really quick. Maybe check Kelb. I think there's one shop here that's different. Frog. Bring me frog. I want frog. These I want to say, yeah, these are all the same as in the castle. I think there's one shop that's different here. I think it's like a ninja sword katana store. I think that was it though. We could buy some basic potions. We haven't actually seen a lot of places to buy basic potions, but yeah, nothing here is tremendously exciting. In the inn, we confirmed the breakfast is not randomized. Kind of a bummer World 2 did not have anything great for the tablet stuff. Like, Flare is decent, but we don't really have Black Mage or Black level 6, so no Flare for me. Yeah, I think at this point we go back to World 1 and just see what we can finish off there. Start knocking out some more meteors. Could also try and fight Soul Cannon. Let's start with the meteors first. Calphisteri. If the bow's any good, or the sword. Oh yeah, 600 damage. I don't remember if she counters physicals, or it's just sometimes she will counter with Drain. I think it might just be physicals that she counters with Drain. I'm actually kind of surprised she's not dead yet. What are you gonna do, reflect a leaf? Stupid idea, stupid boss. Thank you. Wasn't this what broke her AI before or something? Or am I thinking of a different boss? Where she just kept trying to dispel someone, or kept, like, debuffing. Right, that's what she kept hasting herself. And just put her in an endless loop. Yeah, heal. I'm sensing a pattern. Okay, thankfully this time she was scaled a lot weaker than normal, so it's a much shorter fight. Get your orb out of here. I can catch monsters. So that would have been... That would have been Probolos, I believe. Or at least that's, I think this is where I normally do it. It's Adamantoise, then Probolos, then Chimera Brain. Or no, Titan is third, then Titan, then Chimera Brain. The last two I always mix up. There's a large man in there. Go kick his ass. Ugh. We can confuse them. But the Earth Belt does sometimes cast Earthquake. I did not realize. Just gonna get Will-O-Wisp non-stop, no confusion this time. There we go. You're an Evis, right? Now I could just wait here. Let Liquid Flame run out its MP. Honestly, I might just go for swings. Another Earthquake, huh? Thank you. Okay, Ifrit's Fire. That lets us finish Book. Might as well just run down to the last meteor, check that. Get a quick little heal though, because it took some damage. Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably gonna want Samurai. Because Geomancer's pretty nice early on, but the magic... A, the magic is not tremendously strong once you get deeper into the game, and B, it's not consistent. It's kind of the same problem Monk has, where like it starts off pretty solid and then it falls off very quickly. Oh, I don't think the meteor... I don't think this lands until you actually do the Soul Cannon fight. Or until you do the, Prey Claw, at least, maybe? Let's go see. Actually, I don't remember if I saved, so... Let's do that again, just so we don't have to fight Liquid Flame. I probably did, but... I'd rather be safe. Plus there's a few goodies in here. Push it? No. Pull it. Ooh. How much money are we at now? 16k? I might go buy Samurai. Unless I get tremendously lucky with, like, finding a job crystal somewhere. Hey, look, another airship. There's Magissa. Lena's poisoned once again. I think Whirlpool's an instant kill. Or it tries to be an instant kill, so it doesn't work on her. Okay, bye. What? What? Oh, was Whirlpool... Maybe it does like a percentage damage, and maybe it's like demi or quarter or whatever. Well, cool. Great, Ice Black Magic. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, it's like critical HP. Yeah, let's go do... There's the meteor. Let's go check this one real quick. Cure Lena again for the second time. Odin, huh? I think unless Goluf gets Stalactite, I think he does more damage just by swinging. Ouch, I've been reaped. I like how it still does damage. Odin, I think it's specifically the boss for his dungeon that has a timer. I might be mistaken, though. Or it's possible that mechanic just doesn't exist because the way the boss is randomized, it could just be near unbeatable. Tetsu. That is a katana. A Japanese katana sword. Work. Yeah, let's go grab Samurai. I want to say that was in Carwin. Around the Carwin tier of stores. Possibly Karnak, something with a car in it. I almost forget this one does not have the built-in item shop. I like on key items too. Because we have the adamantite. I haven't actually marked that on my thing yet. Submarine key, 4th tablet. If it's fire, world map doesn't really count as an unlock, so it's not on the tracker. Yeah, that was Thief. Maybe armor and weapon shop. Where's my dang samurai? There you are. I think Beast Killer might also be worth hanging on to. Although, I don't know how many bosses count as Beast, actually. Probably just better off using Dragon's Whisker. Still the Mithril Spear, though. I don't really plan on using Dragoon unless I absolutely have to. Slash is really good for random encounters, but unless you're, like, power grinding, I don't think you really need it. Yeah, it goes by many names. It's like how Cleave Salish in Grand Blue Fantasy is both a sword and an axe. Probably another weapon class I'm not aware of at this point. Alright, you're already front rowing it, and we got a nice cool green armor there. But let me see what you can use. Kotetsu's the best thing you got, unfortunately, so I might just give you swords. And I think you can at least use the Aegis Shield natively, so we'll trade those out. Plus we have all this, like, heavier armor that we can finally start using too. Do I keep you as a Geomancer? I probably should. You can have the Guilliman Bell. Basic if I want a second Samurai as well. Let's go see... Let's go clear the library. Which is down here, not by Karnak. Make sure encounters are off, because I don't want to get level 5 deathed. It is not my destiny. Out of the way, out of the way. Library is a lot less scary when you don't have to worry about math. Do we do the Brawl strat? Do I buy Brawl? Does that even work for anybody that doesn't actually have, like, Monk Job? No, I think anybody can use Kaiser Knuckles, actually. I think that just boosts barehanded damage a lot. Like, it gives you a decent chunk of strength. And some defense, which, honestly, I'm just gonna use it because she doesn't have any other accessories. This run has been a lot more dry in terms of accessory stuff. Stalker. Do you have any multi-target terrain stuff? Bing bong. Oh god. Gill Toss would be a very expensive way to solve this fight, but I don't really want to. I think Slash might also work. Probably shouldn't use terrain because they'll just pick random targets. But once I figure something out, it's just gonna miss anyways. Oh, damn it. Pretty sure just switched. Okay. Just switch again. Okay. That's right, you have equipped bows. Yeah, the soccer fight is always kind of stinky. I don't have a great answer to this fight right now. How quick do they switch? Like, I'm pretty sure that was shuffling around. I don't remember if I can ever switch to the same slot, too, is the thing. Last minute check. Nope, switched again. My brain. This work? No. Oh, that would have been so nice if the Earth Bell actually does hit. God, do I just Gill Toss and get rid of the problem? Hey. Nope, switched. I think they're both, like, queued up to hit the same attack. I think it does work. But if you're not quick about it, it just kinda... it's Jover. There's also the fun mechanic where if it chooses the back one, it then takes half damage from melee because it's in the back row. I should probably cure Lena here. I think if I attack my party with the Earth Bell, I think if it does proc Earthquake, we just fucking die. Ow. Gonna be honest, I do not care for Stonker. I don't have Rays. No, I'm pretty sure we don't. I don't think I have any Phoenix Downs, actually. That could be a problem. Must have for sure switched by now. Unless... Nope. I know it is just random, but man, it feels like every time I've been picking the last one. That's not useful. There we go. Golf just has to hit a few times and we're good.
Can you fart so hard your balls explode?
God, I wish. Ribbon. Don't actually have equip ribbon, so... Because we have the dance command, and we have the ribbon itself, but we can't actually use it. Alright, what else can we do here? Could try Soul Cannon. The Karnak zone is still mostly blocked off. We can't do Galura. And then Gilgamesh is all World 2 stuff, so let's go try Soul Cannon. Oh! Bow is pretty beefy. Just gonna wait. I don't want to try and tempt terrain, and I think the Earthshaker will destroy this. Yeah, this is the attack that sucks if you get an early boss with it. Zap is so devastating early on. I kinda wish you would stop picking the back hole though, so I get full damage out of Golif. Because, like, Lena can do full damage from anywhere because of the bow, but Golif is a little more limited. Pop a cure to kind of counteract the little quicksands here and there. This count as a back row target? Yeah. Going for it. Like, Quicksand itself, once you have some levels, isn't too scary. It's just that then if you hit the wrong hole, it counters with Demi or Quarter. And so being at critical HP while you have Sap active is really scary. I'm gonna wait for the next shift over. You gotta respect the holes unless you have Aqua Rake, and then you can just... I think you can one-shot it with Aqua Rake. And despite what Mid says, magic is totally fine, you just can't use multi-target magic. I guess it just always doesn't take a ton of damage. I'll be doing more with the Enhancer. How are you still alive? I guess this is Soul Cannon. Yeah, I like Golif's Green Samurai. The Greymarai. Looks like some crappy PBS show. The Grammarize! Oh, you would. I respected the hole at the time, it's just that it switched between the time I inputted my command and the actual time it went off. Alright, go on. Do quicksand and then switch. Actually, we can't cure anymore. That's kinda scary. Gotta be dead with this. Gotta be dead, right? Gotta be dead, right? Gotta be dead, right? Oop, I didn't mean to drain shit. Dust! Yeah. Ugh. Actual worst combination of moves. I did not mean to jam on that button there. I have to do a second try of this. Unless... Bats, if you got any juice left in that bell, now's the time. Like I have one more chance before it switches. Please. 256 is the highest number. How can I do more damage than that? Man, you got a lot of HP in this fight. Okay, well, let's... I mean, I could definitely do that fight better. The problem is that I might give somebody else white magic just to cure that, because dealing with the damage is too much. Because the Geomancers are really not doing anything. So just having a way to cast healing is good. Actually... I could even make one of them a chemist, because I could use the healing staff as well for some free heals. That's probably a better choice. Because healing staff is Cura level healing, not cure, so it is much better for single targets. It's just that individually everybody's losing health via set, but I think by using the healing staff we should be okay. Healing staff is surprisingly solid. Yeah, I think I might give Salsa another bow as well. I just don't remember if the Gale bow is the one that casts Wind Slash, because if it does, that's a problem. I want to look it up. Is it the Hayate bow? Is it just multiple attacks? Yeah, 25% chance to rapid fire. Okay, so that should be good. Are we at full health too? Yeah, full MP, full health, we're good. Oops. Blanca Runes also has a bunch of chests in there for goodies. Yeah, that's what I always confuse it with, the katana that casts Gale Slash. Yeah, Bart's is just gonna be slapping the party with a healing rod. Because it is much better at doing its job than white magic 1 cure. Alright, come on. Yeah, I think I already bonked her earlier. Yeah, she just has the lowest HP. But I always think she's more in danger than she actually is. Yeah, this is going much faster. I'm gonna give give you a moment. I'm sure you're gonna switch as soon as I input my command. Like, sometimes it genuinely feels like he just waits much longer than he should, and then sometimes it's a lot faster to trip you up. As long as you can respect the holds, this fight isn't bad. Just if you're too quick and decide, oh, I want to get all my commands in at once, and then he decides, that's when I'm switching holds. That's when you get got. Go on. Right, X-Fight picks random targets when it triggers off the bow. You know X-Fight picks random targets when it triggers off the bow? I sure didn't. I guess X-Fight also just does pick random targets in general, so... That's not great. Yeah, maybe I'll just have you pump the brakes then. Yes, the worst thing is it's not even any of those hits actually connected. It picked all the holes. Alright, you need to be bonked. No, of course not. The RNG is not your friend. I think we survive if another quicksand happens just long enough so I could bop Reyna. There we go. Okay, what other bows have I got? I'm gonna swap that out. I have the killer bow. Sandworm with Soul Cannon stats has a lot of health. Trench page. Ugh. Let's go save. Go save and heal. Trench page lets you do the trench dungeon in World 3. All the respective pages unlock their dungeons, so like pyramid page lets you do pyramid, shrine page lets you do shrine, waterfall page lets you do waterfall. Because World 3 in vanilla is basically like, as soon as you finish the pyramid, you can just do the entire thing, so they give it a little bit more structure by doing that. Let's go check out Ronka Ruins. Clear that out. Mark off Soul Cannon as well. Thankfully, I think we're pretty high leveled at this point. Yeah, 25. That should be enough for most bosses. By default, it gives you 4 times experience multiplier if you're playing Career Day, unless you specifically turn it down, so you don't really have to grind. Bosses also give you a good chunk. Yeah, Soul Cannon, I don't know if the logic for it considers the fact that it has 20,000 HP normally, but blows up at 10,000. Just for a scripted, you know, explosion. Yeah, Thief's Knife Wonder Rod. How good is the Thief's Knife compared to... I might actually set up another Samurai with the Thief Knife. Or the Kotetsu. Because, like, the bows are good. Let's see. Samurai can use knives and katanas, but I think, like, knight swords and stuff cannot be used. Can they use the Sleep Blade? Oh no, they can use some. They can use some weapons. I think the icon might be the same for all of them, though. Even then, the problem is now, you know, we have the enhancer. Like, we can use the enhancer, and then the thief knife is also better than most of the other stuff, with the exception of maybe Kotetsu. Because katanas can crit. It's like katanas, I think bows can crit. And bare hand weapons and axes can also crit, but aside from that, crits don't really exist in this game. Crits are nice because not only do they deal bonus damage, they also ignore defense. On high defense enemies, it can sometimes be a valid strategy just to go for crits. The Earth Bell. Not great. Fun little speed trap. Is the save? No, I think this one leads to the actual end of the dungeon. Yeah, exactly. Like, you will never crit with a sword or a dagger. Any tents yet? I have one tent. I saw cabins for sale, but I think tent is going to be the most economical right now, because cabins are like, I'd say they're either $600 or $800 as opposed to tents, which are $250. Most of the time, you're not using every last drop of your resources. You're just using a chunk of it. That be damned, Clapperclaw blocks the way. King Tycoon can't figure out. But you know what? Since this is just gonna be a wait around thing anyways, I'm gonna run an ad and I'm gonna run to use the washroom while we wait. So I will catch you in a few minutes. Take this opportunity to stretch. Huh? What? Did I win? What? Wow, how did that happen? Shrine page. The World 2 thing. Fire rod, fire rod, fire rod, fire... Wow, these were terrible. These were stinky. Well, that's a Clapper Claw down. I think that's basically all we can do in World 1. Because without the Waltz Tower key and without the Steamship key, we can't really do the Karnak 500 or Waltz Tower, so I think we gotta start peeking World 2 now. Alright, where do I want to start? Probably Drakenvale. I don't think you need any prerequisites for that. It'll probably be the easiest encounter to start with. Because jumping right into the shrine and the trench... Actually, no, trench and shrine, that's World 3. Never mind, I can't even do those. I could do Barrier Tower, I believe? Yeah, I could do Barrier Tower and Drakenvale, and that's kind of it. I mean, there's a good amount of stuff in World 2, it's just that you need the specific keys for them, so... Ooh, speed song. I don't know that I'm gonna... If we find equip harps or sing or whatever, I don't know that I'm gonna bother with it. Because, oh boy, I am very tired of seeing White Hole. I checked the castle already earlier, it was not great. My best picks were the White Robe, the Elf Cape, and the Dragon Whisker. Geomancers, I have 2 of them because they are decent magic damage right now. And they also have a chance to like instant kill some circumstances. Where's the bone mail at? There we go, the rune edge. Can you... Is that an axe? No. Where's the rune edge? Is that a night sword? Yeah, there's the one that uses MP to get crits. Potentially useful for physical attackers. Mage Masher. I might switch out to another samurai based on what we're fighting. I also have the 1 chemist because chemists are currently my only option for the healing rod right now. Rain Sword, 10,000 gil. Could go by aim. Guardian Blade, actually. Is that... Oh, that's Guardian Knife. What is... Is that the Mengosh? I think that's the Mengosh, right? Alright, what is Dragon Pod? With these 4 barriers. Probably don't want to mess with terrain too much. Oh. I guess Dragon Pod doesn't really have a lot of magic, so these are not that scary. I think if you, I think if you hit Necrophobia, I think it's just invincible. I don't think there's a counter to it. I might be mistaken though. Maybe I shouldn't mess with that. Yeah, it's not that scary at all. This is normally the second last boss in the game that you can fight. And he has been depowered quite a bit. Oh yeah, I want to give the Gale Bow back to Salsa. You do have Ice too, though. It's actually going to do some damage. Oh yeah, no, this dude, depending on when you fight him, can be really rough. Because with the spread of targets here, X-Fight will probably hit stuff that I do want. And if not, it'll just do good damage in general. The biggest, honestly, one of the biggest issues with this boss is just that he is parked right before X-Death. Which means that you're probably going to be pretty low on resources unless you're lucky enough to have, like, a Thief in the Rift. Because then you don't get preempted ever and you can just flee from encounters. Although I think he does have some spicy attacks once the barriers go down. Yeah, sure, you can get a heal. I'm still kind of tempted to give Brawl to one of my characters and then start pretending I'm a monk with Kaiser Knuckles. I have no choice. Flash! We saw one of the 4 Gregs. Ooh. Right, I forgot his physical is still very spicy. Oh, he's got Vacuum Wave too? What is this shit, man? Put your berries back up. I'm throwing money. I don't really have enough money to deal damage. Or he has defense. Does Earthquake work on you? Yeah, it sure does. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's Greg. Garuga Mesh. Yeah, after his barriers go down, he is weak to, like, every elemental type of damage. I think I might just not have enough... No, I got a lot of Gil recently, though. Gil Toss really sucks if there's enemies that have any amount of defense. It really tanks your damage. You better watch out, I'm gonna use fire too. Who? Again, we still have no context in, like, the actual timeline of this seed. We have no idea who Kryl is, we have no idea that Golif is gonna die. We have no idea who Gilgamesh is. He just showed up one time and said we were friends, and then he transformed, and then he got sucked into the void. is up to 3s now. I could still go buy animals. Although at this point, I think Nightingale is the only reason I want it. He exploded. I thought we skipped the scripting for Necrophobia last time, actually. I swear last time we did this fight with him, like, he didn't actually do the whole Gilgamesh sequence. Alright, Mirage Radar is good when we get to World 3, but... we still cannot go to World 3 until you clear World 2 Death. World 2X Death. So what can we do then? I just realized I started saying what like that broken WWE AI video. What? Because yeah, I have 15,000 gil, so Gil Toss... I wonder why it didn't deal damage. Probably just has enough defense to ignore it. Okay, I think we should be able to do Barrier Tower. Is Hiryu here? Nope, I can't land here. Oh no, right, you don't... Hiryu is for the battle on the ship, and then the submarine is just for the barrier tower itself. Making sure we're at good HP here, because I think you can get Monster in a Box in this. Like, I think the Red Dragon can show up here. Anything down here? No. Oh right, that's just the regular entrance that you bypass due to story. I remember now. Diamond Shield. Yeah, there's the Red Dragon. The Dragon. Do I have any holy items? You can't, like, instant kill with a Phoenix Down or whatever. How much damage does the bow do? I think the heal staff might hurt him a little bit, but it's better to heal up for our damage, I think. It'd only be like 400 healing if he does take, or 400 damage if he does actually take damage from healing, I should say. Oh, that's like 700, 800, it's not too bad. If we get the Gale cuts, though, that's the big question. You're doing about 800 with a bow, and that's guaranteed. Ooh, nice, nice. It's being very nice. Okay, Sonic Boom does nothing. Maybe I'll just have them do regular attacks then. Oh no, you're dead. So I believe he's got Atomic Ray, which is very bad for Bitcoin. I want to say that's easily like 500 plus damage to every party member that doesn't block it or mitigate it. If not more. Do I want to farm Reflect Rings? Yeah, there's Atomic Ray. 600 damage to everybody. Not great. Like, it is survivable, but we're still on borrowed time because all we have for multi-target healing is Cure 1. Oh, come on, you were 10 off. Stinker. What a stinker. The last time we got very lucky because he did mostly, pretty much all physicals actually, and they all went to Golif, who can block almost everything. Oh, might be down to you, buddy. Secure the kill. Venomax. We are absolutely going all the way back down to heal up. Did I disconnect from Twitch? No. Sorry, sometimes like Twitch chat disconnects for a moment and I get so scared that it's like I'm gonna start dropping frames like I've actually disconnected, but I think we're good. Because OBS is a lot better about yelling at me once frames stop making it to the destination. Oh, no, it's just the Twitch chat disconnecting. Wait, right, that's not the... Those are the comfy chairs, these are the comfy chairs. This is where the Herman Millers live. Kinda tempted to throw a Herman Miller chair on my throne if that's even possible, but that feels a little excessive. Those are probably too much for like, they're nice chairs, but because the current chair I have, I've had it for like 10 years now, and it's definitely showing its age. It's very, very squeaky. I've tried to lubricate the entire thing, and I think it's just simply gonna keep doing that. Also not particularly comfortable for sitting in for longer periods of time. Answer shoes. Like, I read an article where this dude, you know, has an eye out for offices selling chairs. Is like, where do you find these? I've checked so many times on like Marketplace and Craigslist and all that, and I cannot find these mythical office closing sales that have these chairs. Buncle. I don't think you can reflect terrain, but also doing a lot of damage there. Because you have Atomos magic, which means that you are quite potent. Do you have any defense? Yeah, you have enough defense for Giltos to not be reliable. How much damage does a regular attack do? Probably gonna miss. Oh no, you actually hit. So I believe Carbuncle has a higher evasion stat. I say landing all my hits now. Okay, Cure 2 is a free turn because that's only 100 damage. Actually, we're doing good numbers. So I think the last seed, the Carbuncle fight, was a lot closer to the regular stats, so yeah, there we go. He was evading, like, all my attacks. Jesus. Yeah, I guess you don't really have any magic defense, huh? Oh, here come the misses. Here come the pretzels. We might have to take another crack at this, because we cannot keep up with the damage output when he decides he's just going to keep on dropping ices and fires. This is only level 2, it's not even level 3. Okay. Dream is not dead. Come on, I need your shield. I need you to block everything. Come on, Golf, I need you to not miss. Okay, okay. Yeah. I don't have any dispel, so I can't get rid of the wall. Might have to come back here later. Although, actually, what else could I do in this world? Oh, I forgot to mark off bosses. We did Dragon Pod. We haven't done Atomos. Greg 3 is on the ship. Greg 1 and 2 are Exdeath Castle. Actually, no, we can't do Exdeath Castle because we don't have the anti-barrier. And we can't do Greg 2 because that's Big Bridge and we don't have the Big Bridge key. I think we can do Tyrannosaur? Where's that at? Like right before the Moogle Village, so I think we can do that check. The problem is we don't have the Moogle suit. Remember, Moogle Village last time was absolutely stacked. Because, like, I've seen used Aerons, but they are a lot pricier than they probably should be. Office for liquidation. Oh no, like I've said, I've tried looking for like office liquidation, closure sales, and actually, can we get Cave in here? So I was gonna say, we have a samurai. We have Giltos. We could either go for Giltos or just go for Slash. Not Giltos. I was gonna say, I don't think we have Slash yet, so... The crystals can be instant killed, they're not, There's the Waltz key. I mean, I can buy Slash somewhere, but also we have Samurai, so... A little overkill to go and buy that skill for one boss encounter. Alright, I gotta go back to World 1. Waltz Tower has a lot of goodies, so I think it's worth doing, plus the boss fight should be pretty free. Because it is the 5th boss you normally encounter, so... Unless it's something absolutely stupid, like, I don't know, somehow shuffling in Omega or Shinryu, which shouldn't happen. The only problem is I believe most of the item chests are tiered to World 1 stuff. It's not until the Crystal Shards that are the really good stuff. But it is a check for a key item, and it's a bunch of free goodies, so I might as well knock it out while we're biding our time to go fight Bunkle. I haven't seen Shell anywhere, so I can't really mitigate the magic damage. I don't have Dispel, so I can't cancel Carbuncle's Barrier. It's Moo. Huh? Technically, the speech works. We have Ifrit's Fire. We don't actually have the summon, but we do have Ifrit's Fire. Mimic, huh? Would have rather had the Mimic class. The more restrictive Freelancer. Javelin, another Drain Sword. Ooh, White Mage, okay. Problem is, again, we still don't really have white magic. Like, I'm pretty sure that's all we've seen thus far. The last crystal is for the Mimic, like the Sunken Tower in the World 3. You can go down and get the Mime Crystal. Let's see. Yeah, like, White Mage would absolutely be fantastic if I had magic to cast with it. You can't pick it up during that cutscene. You have to come back later in the game because it's below the ocean and you have a submarine at that point. Let's see. I think we have to do Barrier Tower. Yeah, I think Barrier Tower is only our real only option here. Because, like, we can't do Karnak, because that's locked behind the steamship key. We can't do the Sandworm, because we need the Sandworm bait for that. Big Bridge keys... we don't have it. We don't have the Forest of Moor branch. Rampage, Mirage, Radar, Walls Tower, Submarine... You don't get to go to World 3 in Rando by default until you beat World 2 Exdeath. I think the strat might have to be go and grab the aim ability, because that way we're not going to miss. But then the problem is my Geomancers are not going to do any damage, so I think we have to switch to Samurais. Because I'm using bows for damage for the most part, but that's a separate ability, which means that if we change that for aim, that means we cannot guarantee hits anymore. Yeah, I think we gotta go get aim. I want to say that was Carwin. There's also Thief, but that's not really going to help too much for, like, damage output. Like, anybody can use daggers, and Thieves are good as a utility class. Yeah, there's aim. The big advantage for Thieves is being able to steal, which... Are there any good steals in... Like, I could steal some high potions from the Wyverns, I guess, but... Or not the Wyverns, from, I think it was... Oh no, I think it's in the steamship that you can steal high potions, so we can't actually even get those. Because both of these are locked out. Like, we can't do the steamship because it's locked. And then the Karnak 500 doesn't activate until you do the steamship in the first place, so that's no good. Yeah, I think I got a job change and get another couple samurai. Because Geomancer magic was also not really doing work. Can we do the trench in World 2? I thought it was World 3. What options do we even have for weapons? Guardian Dagger? Oof. Eve Dagger, Guardian Dagger, the Mangosh, and the Kotetsu. Those are the actual samurai compatible gear we have right now, which is kind of painful. Samurai, by default, they can use heavy armor and they can use katanas, which are normally a pretty solid weapon type. The problem is we haven't found a ton of them. Does Moore have anything good? Like, I think there's a couple checks, but... Equip harps, equip ribbons, cover, barrier... harps have I got? I think it's just the Dream Harp, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the Dream Harp. That's not worth slapping on equip harps for. Oh yeah, we could... Let's go save. Actually, we don't even have to save. I'm just gonna say... We're saving with time magic right now. Because I can just save outside the village anyways. We'll take advantage of saving and reloading. Because last time we passed up on Freelancer from doing this, which is a really bad... That was a really bad trade for, like, what was it, Black 5? Because these are two separate things that we learned last time. These are two separate checks. And they are mutually exclusive. This is not the this is not the Chicken Knife or the Brave Blade anymore. It is Crystal Helmet or the Bone Mail. Bone Mail's kind of scary. The problem with Bone Mail is I can't heal that person anymore without using, like, the Fire Ring or something. The Crystal Helmet would be the safer choice. Probably a liability for the Carbuncle fight, actually, because then if it uses fire, that character is just dead. I think in the interest of, you know, not accidentally forgetting it exists, like forgetting I slapped the Bone Mail on someone, I'm just gonna use Crystal. It's also still using an Iron Helmet, and Samurais can use heavy armor like that. Would have loved to see another Freelancer, though. We also found out that apparently the Brave Blade and the Chicken Knife don't have the downsides attached to them normally, so like Brave Blade never becomes weaker. There's Slash. So that Slash is an all-target instant kill attack that is free. God, I can't believe I'm buying Antidote because I don't have any fucking white magic for sale. I don't think we ever... No, we never got the Chicken Knife last round. Oh, and I'm on a Bioblade. All the good stuff, it looks like it's going to be in World 3, unless I get very lucky in this store. Yeah, no. Basically, yeah, it's kind of... Well, it's not the same as Zantetsuken, but... It is, close enough. I think it's like 80 or 85% hit rate by default, and it is free to cast and it hits every target on the screen, so it's really nice for just mopping the floor with random encounters. Boss fights in this game are a little more limited, because usually most bosses can't be instant killed. I just have to grab a few levels. What is... That's the ant line. That's World 3, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll get lucky and find a wall ring. This seed has not been quite as dramatically silly as the first one I ran, where I got Kaiser Knuckles and started with Monk. I got purchasable Kaiser Knuckles, actually. Yeah, let's get in a few fights, maybe get some levels. Oh god, these guys are gonna, like, blind me and shit, though, I bet. I should probably put these guys in the front row, too. Granted, they're in the back row, but still. Because, like, the damage with the bows is 100% better. It's just that Carbuncle likes just decide, I'm gonna dodge everything now. If I could find the X-Fight ability, that'd be great, because that is functionally perfect accuracy. Oh god, I don't want to change their row in the middle of the fight, I want to do that afterwards, but also these guys are taking forever to kill. Oh, whoops. That was the healing staff. Here, enjoy your healing. I would gladly dump Gil just to make the problem go away, but the problem is he's got defense, so Gil Toss doesn't work. Yeah, I gotta take them. Honestly, the back road doesn't really help here anyways, because Bunkle is mostly just using range attacks anyways, using magic. Oh, Gaia Gear. Is that actually useful? I don't think it really is. Yeah, not particularly. I'm still using just the glasses. Oh, it's rough out there. Like, we really don't have anything better than this, huh? Mage Masher, Mangosh, Kotetsu, oof. I don't know if aim can also trigger criticals. I assume that it still can crit if you get that. That would be the nice thing to do, right? A whopping 500 damage. Oh no, wait, criticals, that only happens with katanas anyway, so... We're only getting it with Salsa, I think. She's the only one using the Kotetsu. Yeah, just a weird wizard person riding a moon. Just hanging out. Oh, if you use the thief knife and it misses, it doesn't steal, does that actually trigger a miss even with aim? Great. Fantastic. Actually, you know what? I might just throw some money at the situation. Because the shops don't have anything incredible. Where are all the Reflect Knights at? Oh, come on. Everything in this tower is coded to ruin my day. Percentage damage on the classes that have a ton of HP. Alright, I'm turning off encounters. Let's give it another shot. Alright, that's the treasure chest. Kinda surprised I still have not found any reliable tent sources. Like, I could go buy cabins, but tents are weirdly difficult to find. Do I have any way to mitigate damage? Like, I have Protect, which is great against physicals, but Carbuncle ain't physical. And I'm pretty sure, like, this has to be a check. Oh god, 100 damage? Oof. Might actually be better just to deal with the chance to miss with the bows and stuff, because that is so little. Or just 0 damage, wow. Yeah, Carbuncle must have some defense then. Because the problem is, sure, we're hitting reliably, but then Golif is literally doing 0 damage. And Giltos also does 0. I could level up to try and get Giltos to do any amount of damage. Alright, I healed you. Actually, we could get some damage out of Giltos now that we leveled up a bit. That'll probably be the solution, because I really do not want to grind it out. The last time we did Giltos, it just did straight 0, so even just a few levels lets you get past the deficit. I think we ran out of money, though. I think that was the last of our cash. Oh, nice, got a crit. That's alright, Golif wasn't going to do any damage anyways. I'm pretty sure I spent all my money. Thanks for the wall ring. I can't actually equip it mid-fight, but... How did that do 600 damage? Problem is I can't swap out my gear with dead characters, otherwise I would probably switch to Kotetsu and try and get some crits. Does it, like, put up does it put up a defense wall or something? Like Giltos again, what happens? Nah, I think we're just out of money. We know we can get a good amount of starting damage with Giltos, at least. The problem is that does not last very long. Okay. You are going to switch to bows. Because the Mangosh is doing jack shit. Guess go for the Yoichi bow, because if that procs X-Fight, that shouldn't miss. Just give everybody bows. Honestly, I think bows are worth the chance to miss. Like, giving up an ability slot for a reliable source of 200 damage is not great. Or I could try and slap on Brawl and just try and crit, but with Carbuncle's dodge rate, I don't like my odds. What if anti-magic bow works? We could try out a few different options, I suppose. Can't I just leave one of my guys dead and then you just slowly do nothing for like 20 turns? That'd be pretty fun. No, I think it is like a shifting defense deal. When does the phase change, though? I guess when it just starts taking more physical damage, that's when I'm good to start tossing Gil. Really sucks to have a white mage and no good curative magic or preventative magic. Okay, now we can Gil toss, I think. Dang it. Either we're out of money or we're out of attack phase or defense phase. Well, X-Fight is still doing damage. I think I might just spent all the money. We're reflecting Doom now. I need the most clutch hits of your life, please. I need all the X-Fight procs, thank you. Well, why can't you be dead? Why can't you just be dead? Because Terrain was not doing anything. Oh, you have Break too? Alright, Golif. Ugh. Yeah, we capped experience gain on that one, jeez. Yeah, there's the bracelet, so... Wait, no, but... we can't get into Meat Fort with the bracelet. You're also not locked out of the barrier tower permanently in Career Day. I must have missed something, because I don't think we can actually use the bracelet. Right? I must have missed... What am I missing? Oh, you know what? I think there's the fight outside of Bal Castle, the Abductor. I think that's another fight as well. It is a very easy fight to forget about because you have to specifically talk to this guy to trigger it. that's the abductor. So what is... Like, I'm pretty sure that little red thing, that's the antlion fight, but that's World 3. Why is it, like, in between the World 2 bosses? That's weird. That's weird. I don't like it. That's weird. You know, a samurai using a bow isn't actually that far-fetched. There's the anti-barrier. Problem is, we still have to fight Exdeath. Which is a little scary in World 2. Like, I know we could farm wall rings and neutralize a lot of his dangerous stuff, but... still not my favorite way to deal with this. We can go in the basement and fight Greg, I guess. Or Greg replacement. I mean, we can do meat, but I'm gonna go do the basement fight first. Because I believe Gilgamesh 1 encounters down here. Exdeath normally is not randomized. Greg 3. A Greg of sorts. Yeah, this is New Game Plus Greg, where he found Enkidu before starting. First aid, please. Enkidu. Everyone's missing. This rules. I'm gonna take down Enkidu first because his White Wind healing is based on his HP, so as long as we take that down, we still don't really have a good way to deal with dying. I don't think I've seen Phoenix Downs for sale anywhere. Please, please, Enkidu, thank you. Thank you, do. Unfortunately for this party, a lot of the fights just kind of turn into slugfests. Yeah, World 3 has Phantom Village, which is a lot of the new stuff. Faithful sidekick. We have like a high potion. I have one. Because the physicals I can mostly deal with, I just want to get bats back so I can bonk some with a healing rod. Missile is percentage damage, so it can't really kill, but it does suck when you're at full HP. Yeah, no revives. There's the healing spring over here, thankfully. Also, with this randomizer, you have permanent learning mode enabled, so any blue magic you see, you will learn. Here you call. Yeah, here's where all the checks live. Fighting X-Death directly is probably going to be a little tricky. We don't have a good way to mitigate damage. Because we have White Mage, which would be fantastic, except we don't have any of the white magic that's good here. Then now I can land here and fight Ship Greg. Or fight the boss fight that normally has Ship Greg in it. Greg 2 is Big Bridge Greg. Hiding behind the door the entire time. Gobbledygook. There's Tyrannosaurus. I actually spent my one Phoenix down, so might actually just have to fight him regular style for the first time ever. Does it counter every attack? No, just every... We'll lose big counter and then individual hits. Oh, jeez. Really don't have any Phoenix downs. Where have all the Phoenixes gone? I'm gonna be real curious when we get to World 3. Sounds like I have enough money for Guild Toss. 2,500. Phoenixes are all in the Phoenix Tower. They will not be leaving ever. Jeez. I think let's wrap it up there, because it feels like a lot of the seed might just be, like, we'll have to get some levels to survive a lot of the attacks, because Almagest is coming up, and Almagest is very rough to deal with. So rather than grinding that out, I think I might just wrap it up here. But thanks for stopping by, folks, enjoying a little bit more FF5 Career Day. I'll be back tomorrow. I might play some Warframe, I don't know. I have not really decided. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna hop off. I will catch you all tomorrow, the usual time. Take it easy, folks. Play some FF5. Fiesta's coming up soon, so practice up if you want to get into that. And have a good one. Take it easy.